Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Andy here from Crusty Plug. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch my second video. It is certainly much appreciated. And today I'm going to be showing you my local video game and console pickups. Pretty excited about all this pile of games and consoles I picked up. This was all done about 2 weeks ago, but I simply didn't have time to sort it all and make this video, but here we are. A little warning, maybe this video probably will be on the longer side because there's a lot of content to go through and show to you, but I will be trying to be as quick as possible and make this as fast as humanly possible without really rattling on. Also, I would like to point out that I am picking up pretty much everything I can get my hands on for the right price. So at the moment there are a lot of cheap titles coming in, but I need to kind of lay the foundation for my game collection and fill some gaps, so I'm not too picky and fussy at the moment, but going forward that all will be changing at some point, because once I have amassed some amount of games, I will have to be a bit more selective with what I buy and what I trade. But at the moment it's pretty much all goes. So first of all, let's talk about this Xbox 360 S, which I picked up locally through Facebook Marketplace trade. A lady was selling this for only £25, which I think is an amazing deal. It was complete with all the cables and came with two wireless original 360 controllers. The only thing that I was not certain about was, at the time, was that she didn't really know or couldn't tell me what was the hard drive capacity, so I was a bit skeptical, you know, which version it will be. But I went out to inspect it before I bought it, and it transpired to be the 250GB version, and I'm pretty much jumped on it straight away. It is all in really good condition, rather clean, and has no really signs of major abuse. So I was really happy for only £25. I had the 360 some years back, but I sold it, and for years I've been living without Xbox 360. And of course recently, when I started picking up 360 games, I started to look also for the console to play these games on and test the games on, and I missed out a few deals over the last couple of months maybe, but finally managed to pin this down, and I'm super pleased I got this for £25, so I think it's a really good deal, so really happy. Then I managed to pick up a couple Nintendo 3DS and DS related trades, and first of all let's talk about this one here. I managed to get a few more things than advertised initially. And first of all, a lady locally was selling a red 3DS with the base and also original Nintendo power supply. It was reduced to £20 and nobody had bought yet. Oh, nearly dropped it. So I reached out, determined to buy it, and it transpired that it still was available, so I agreed to buy it. And before I went out to pick it up, I kind of contacted the lady again and asked if she had any games to go with it. And she replied that she had some loose games and that I could have them for free if I was obviously going to come and buy the console. I thought that was quite a nice add-on bonus to this trade. As for the console itself, it's in reasonable condition, shows signs of use. The top screen is pretty good, the bottom screen has some light surface scratches, but once the console is on, they cannot really be seen that well, so it's overall I'm pretty pleased for £20. As for the kind of added content, she also had found this Hello Kitty branded 3DS case, or well, carry case, so she threw in that one as well at no extra charge. And then games, she had two 3DS titles, which are Rayman 3D and Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games. And then she had a further 4 Nintendo DS titles. These are all kind of cheap titles, but I got them for free, so I cannot really complain. And the titles are My Secret World by Imagine, Hello Kitty and Friends, Imagine Girl Band, and Art Academy. So that was pretty sweet add-on to get a few games for free. And then the other trade, oh, the charger is running away. The other one was this one here. So I initially picked up on Facebook Marketplace that the gentleman locally was selling unofficial Nintendo 3DS charger, a 3DS XL carry case, and he also had, I believe, 5 3DS games there in that bundle. Yes, 5 3DS games. So then I went to check if he was selling anything else, and it transpired that he had listed 2 separate Nintendo DS titles as well. Everything together came to £55. I reached out and asked if he would be happy to do a better price if I was going to buy everything. He came back and said that he would take £45, to which I did reply and ask if he would be willing to take 40, and he was happy to accept my offer of £40. So I got an official charger, which I tested, it works, Nintendo 3DS XL case, 5 3DS games, and also 2 Nintendo DS games. Now the 3DS games are Dead or Alive Dimensions, Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition, Shinobi, Pokemon Sun, which came in a little protective case, which is really nice, and also this one is called Castlevania Mirror of Fate, I believe. Yeah, it's hard to read, but I think it's Mirror of Fate, and that came in a little protective case as well, which is nice. And then the 2 DS titles he had are Dragon Ball Origins, which I think is not particularly expensive title, but it holds a little bit of value, and then Chrono Trigger, which also came in a protective cover, and I trust this game is more expensive. In fact, I did check on eBay, and the complete edition I think goes in a region between kind of £60 and £70 or upwards there, maybe a little bit less. I think I've seen a recent trade on eBay where the game on its own, like a cartridge on its own, was sold for about, I think, £45. So overall, for £40 for all these games and a charger and a case, I feel pretty pleased. Okay, then I picked up these PS4 titles for £40. There were 2 cheap titles here, which are FIFA 18 and FIFA 17. FIFA 17 got a bit broken case, but I've taken these titles in consideration when I was making an offer. I made an offer of £40, the gentleman accepted, so I was pretty pleased. Also, maybe to point out, really pleased because not only kind of reasonable deal money-wise, but all the games apart from one cracked case are really clean and in really good order, so really happy about that. And the titles I got here are Mafia 3, Need for Speed, Dirt Rally, Formula 1 2017, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and also LA Noire. So pretty pleased for £40. Then I got this PS3 trade. A little bit disappointed with this one because instead of a controller that wasn't included originally, there was an additional game, which was Minecraft PlayStation Edition, and it was one of the kind of the better valued games in this pile. There's a lot of like cheap games, like football games, and a few other ones that are kind of cheap. But when I went to pick this up, and this deal was £25. Lady was selling these games on behalf of her young son, and when I went to pick up this, it transpired that her son had actually flipped that Minecraft game before I got there, which kind of was a bit disappointing. So instead of that game, they gave me this broken DualShock 3 controller. All the buttons seem to be fine. The right analog stick seemed to be fine, but the left analog stick or thumbstick is broken, and it kind of literally feels weird. I believe these can be repaired, but I don't know what's really is involvement there, so I need to really look into it yet. But maybe I can resurrect one day and I'll have a hopefully working PS3 DualShock 3 controller. But I still committed to buy these games because, as I said earlier on, I'm trying to amass just the kind of the base foundation for my game collection. And the games I picked up as part of this trade were Far Cry 3, Skate 3 Essentials, unfortunately it's got a little cracked case, FIFA 14, Red Dead Redemption, Call of Duty Ghosts, FIFA 8, Ghostbusters the video game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Call of Duty Black Ops, Tekken 6, WWE 2K17, FIFA 16, FIFA 10, Pro Evolution Soccer 2008, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Day Zero Edition, and Resident Evil 5, Call of Duty World at War, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, and Grand Theft Auto 5, which unfortunately missing the map, but never mind. Okay, then I got this pile of Nintendo Wii games for £20. Was a little bit disappointed with this trade as well. I was actually it was hard going. I was negotiating the deal with this lady. She wanted kind of £25. My kind of target price was 15, but eventually we agreed on £20, so we kind of met in the middle. The disappointing factor about this trade was that I actually had specifically reached out to her and asked to confirm that everything was 100%. There were no broken cases, no missing manuals, no scratched discs. She kind of came back and confirmed that everything is fine. However, after we done this trade, or even during the trade, I discovered that one of the games is missing manual, one case was broken, and also about 30 to 40% of the game discs were scratched. Fortunately, the scratches on the discs are not deep, so they look kind of just only surface scratches, so I trust all the games still will work, and I still proceeded with the trade. But kind of in hindsight, the £15 was probably a better price to pay for it, but the deal was done, so still happy to add some of these games to my collection. And the titles I picked up here are Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Medal of Honor Heroes 2, Lego Indiana Jones The Original Adventures, and this is the one with ripped case at the back, Battle of the Bands, The Simpsons Game, Emergency Heroes, Star Wars The Clone Wars, Lara Croft Tomb Raider Anniversary, Go Vacation, which I believe is the most expensive game in this pile, Guitar Hero World Tour, Mini Ninjas, Heat Seeker, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty World at War, Link's Crossbow Training, Lego The Lord of the Rings, and Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. So overall, okay deal, I think. Okay, and then I got this Nintendo DS pile from a local Facebook trade as well. This came in at £30. There are a couple kind of better titles there which kind of holds a little bit of value, but most of the games are kind of fairly inexpensive. But overall, for all the games I paid, I think £30 was okayish deal. And the games I got are Night at the Museum 2, the video game. This unfortunately got cracked case, but that can be replaced at some point. Cooking Guide, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes. This is one of the better games. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Animal Crossing Wild World, which is another kind of game that holds a bit of value. Hidden Mysteries Titanic, some sort of puzzle game I believe. Nacho Libre, Brain Training, Scooby-Doo and the Spooky Swamp. I don't know why, but I actually kind of want to check this out. Lego Indiana Jones The Original Adventures, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings, in fact, Imagine Doctor, and then we got 2 Professor Layton games, and they are Pandora's Box and Curious Village. So 2 of them. Okay. And charity shop pickups. First of all, I'll probably go through the car boot sale pickups. There's another Nintendo DS trade I managed to pick up a car boot sale, but not 100% sure whether I should have actually committed to it or not. Basically, seen a gentleman selling 4 games. One was loose, and this black Nintendo DS Lite. Upon inspection, console itself cosmetically looked amazing condition. Screens are clean, not scratched. The console itself is a bit smudgy, but can be cleaned off, and there's no major scratches on the shell either. Everything is present style as the front cover. But the console was dead. Battery was flat at the time, so I couldn't really see it working. And there was also no charger included. However, gentleman said if you're going to buy the console, I believe the charger is at home. I'm regular in this car boot sale. I'm coming here every week. And I would basically try to find it and bring it to you next week or the week after, or the next time we see each other. Couldn't test it, and he was asking £20 for it. I was trying to haggle it down to 15, but he wasn't budging at all. He was firm on 20, and based on the console condition, I thought, okay, I'm going to gamble my £20, get this console, the games, and go for it. However, when I arrived home, plugged it in, charged it up a little bit, and tested it, everything was working, but unfortunately, the top screen around all the kind of the side and bottom top edges, there was almost like some sort of like a cloud effect. To me, it actually looked like some sort of liquid damage, that some liquid, maybe water or something, got in inside and stained the LCD screen. Obviously, it wasn't pleased with that. There was still time. The car boot sale was on. I was passing to go somewhere else. I went back, spoken to the gentleman, explained the situation, and I was then given 2 choices. Either I give it back to him and get my £20 back, or he was happy to reduce the price and give me a partial refund. We settled on £15 because I knew at that point already that I can buy a replacement screen for about £6 from eBay, and I decided to keep it, but still not 100% sure whether I made the right decision. But will be a little experiment and see if I can get it fully working. It is working, but yeah, the screen is a bit annoying, so I need to replace that one. And the games I picked up were Guitar Hero on Tour, Loose Copy, more Touchmaster, Brain Training, 42 All-Time Classics, and Sonic Chronicles The Dark Brotherhood. Unfortunately, this got broken case, but can be replaced. Apart from that, everything seemed to be in good condition. The manual is in really good condition. The artwork is pretty good as well. I think it's pretty much mint. So that is a nice addition to that trade. So here we go. Then I picked up these 3 games for £5. I got 2 Xbox 360 titles and 1 Xbox One title. I picked up IL-2 Stormwind Birds of Prey, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which is bestseller edition, and then I also got Assassin's Creed Unity for Xbox One. £5, pretty reasonable deal. And then really pleased about this pickup here. I got 5 Xbox 360, 5 PlayStation 3 and 3 PlayStation 4 titles. Lady was selling Xbox 360 and PS3 titles for £1. I picked out 10 in total between the two formats, and then she also had some PS4 titles kind of hidden in the back of her car, but I spotted them. She had 4 in total. One was like FIFA 16 or 17 game. I left that behind, was not interested in that, but picked up these 3, and she wanted £3 per tile, which was a reasonable deal. And I asked if she's happy to do any better on this job lot, and she agreed to let it go for £15, so I made managed to get even better deal. And the titles I picked up here are Fallout 4 for PS4, Deadpool. I believe this on its own sells for about £15–18 on average, so that's kind of probably offsets the rest of the trade. Pretty pleased about that. And also South Park The Fractured Butthole. Actually really want to play this game, and I believe, I know because I checked it. It also comes with a code for a downloadable version of South Park The Stick of Truth. However, I don't know whether that code has been used already or not, but if I'm in luck, I might actually get the free copy of the previous game as well. The 360 titles she had, or I picked up, was Dead Island Special Edition, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, GoldenEye 007 Reloaded, Hunted Demons Forge Special Edition, and Destroy All Humans Path of the Furon. And the PS3 titles I picked up are TNA Impact Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling. This is actually a really cheap title, but it was in really good condition, and I believe I don't have it in my collection, so I was happy to pick that one up. A sealed copy of Platinum version of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Kingdoms of Amalur, I think it's called, The Reckoning. Then Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, and Star Wars The Clone Wars Republic Heroes. So very pleased with this trade. Quite a few decent titles for not a lot of money. Then I also Cardboard Sales, yes, this is I think the last one from Cardboard Sales. So I picked this one up. Managed to get boxed Nintendo Wii. The only thing that is missing is that little plastic cradle that the sensor bar normally would sit on. That's missing, but it's not a big deal per se. If I really that anal at some point, I can add one in, get it elsewhere cheap. But it was out of the box, but I put it back in. It also has the Wii Sports included now, so it's pretty much complete apart from that little plastic holder for the sensor bar. And I spotted the games initially. There was a lady, I think a wife and husband, with a car, and they had like a trailer at the back, and the trailer was full of different stuff and bags and whatnot. I spotted these games kind of just randomly sitting on top of something, and I asked about the games. I cannot quite remember what they wanted for the games. It wasn't expensive at all, but then I spotted one of the bags they had boxed Wii. I asked what they want for that one. They said £10. I made a little bit cheeky offer and asked if they could take £10 for the console and the games, and the lady said they would probably be looking to get 15 for everything. And I asked if she would be happy with 13, and she agreed to take £13. So boxed Wii, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ultimately 7 games. There's another inside of eSports for £13, a pretty decent deal. The titles are nothing too special, but still I think a few of these can go in my collection. So really happy with this trade here. And the titles I got here are Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Sega Superstar Tennis, Wii Fit Plus. They actually had the balance board as well, which I kind of did see and forgot about when I was doing this kind of negotiation of the price. And I approached them afterwards and asked about the balance board, and they said they want £5, which I thought it was a bit overpriced for just the balance board. They probably sell about a retail value, I think in CX is about £7 including the game. So £5 for the balance board kind of sounded a bit too much for me. If I would have remembered it at the time, I probably would have seen if I could negotiate the deal and get it part of this deal, but afterwards I just had to leave it. But obviously there was game, but I ended up with game and no balance board. Celebrity Sports Showdown, The Biggest Loser USA version, and Wheel of Fortune. So not that great titles, but you know, for £13 I think it's fair deal. Okay, and this lot here, everything pretty much came from charity shops. In fact, one game I bought in the local Argos store, which is a Nintendo Switch game called Lumo, I think that's how it's pronounced. I had one of these Universal gift cards I got through my work some time ago, and there was £7.70 left, so I wanted just to kind of spend that money, and this one was retailing at £10.99, so I used my gift card credit basically, so I ended up paying £3.09 out of my own pocket for this. So pretty pleased. Played this a little bit, seemed to be quite an enjoyable game, kind of puzzle game, but they want more time, but apparently it's got some decent reviews I think. Haven't really checked it out that much, but not too bad for what I paid for it. Now, picked up these two games from one of the local charity shops for £1.99 each. One was the full and complete copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 on Xbox 360. Fully complete, got all the inserts, both discs, manual, map. Yeah, pretty pleased about that for £2. And I also spotted this, which is, as far as cosmetically, was in really good condition. It was Crash Bandicoot, the Wrath of Cortex Platinum Edition. However, was in for a little surprise when I opened it up to check. The manual is pretty much mint, which is great. However, game-wise, the actual game wasn't in there, but what I've discovered, what was inside was Crash Bandicoot 2 for PlayStation 1. And I thought, you know, for £2 I'm happy to have a spare case and pick up the original PS1 title. So yes, definitely thought, you know, worth £2, so pick that up as well. The other one I spotted in local charity shop on its own pretty much was PS3 version of Bloodstone 007. It was only £1, so I thought that's a reasonable deal, so picked that one up as well. And then this is an interesting bit. This all came from one of the charity shops locally. The deal they had was you buy either 5 DVDs or 5 games for £1, so 5 titles for £1. When I went in straight away, I spotted they had some PS1 titles. Some of them were kind of good condition, some of them are pretty rough. But I got a little bit excited about PS1 titles, and then realised they had some PS2 titles as well, a couple of PC games and Xbox 360 games. So before I kind of committed to it, I actually went and spoke to a girl that works there and explained the situation, that I wanted to buy a pile of games basically, and DVDs actually, and I explained that some of these titles were quite rough, and asked if she would be happy to do something the price wise, and she said, yeah, no problem, once you've got your stuff, come and see me and we'll have a look what's there, and I'm sure we'll come to some agreement. So I picked up some empty cases and a couple of those discs, so nothing exciting here at all. But then I picked up these PS1 tiles, pile of PS2, some PC games, couple Xbox games, couple Wii games, and I had about 3 times more DVDs as these, and I actually got everything for £5. She was happy just to take £5 from me. I was ecstatic about this trade. Nothing too rare here or too crazy, but for a £5. And even more I was happy because what I've done is actually the DVDs I picked up, I ended up keeping about a third of DVDs for myself, and I still might flip some of these, but the other DVDs I flipped in local CX store for in-store credit, and I got just under £22 in in-store credit for these DVDs I flipped, so that already pretty much paid for all this trade and made some profit. And that money will eventually go towards some other, maybe a little bit rarer games I can pick up from CX Store. So DVD wise, I got quickly, I'll go through the DVDs as well. I got The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. I was actually going to trade this, but the inner DVD circle was a little bit chipped, so they didn't want to take it. Then I got The Wrecker, which is the silent film from 1928. I really enjoy silent cinemas. This is black and white silent, so really looking forward to check that out. On the Beach, which is another black and white film from 1959, so really want to check that out, haven't seen it. Algiers, which is another silent film, I believe, in black and white from 1938. This is Warner Brothers Archive Collection. I'm not sure whether these ones been ever released in UK, so I suspect this has come or arrived from USA, North America, but it was kind of interesting to pick it up locally. Keeping the Promise, by the way, these two I believe can fetch upwards £10 each on eBay. So if I ever decide to flip them, so that will make this trade even better. David Brent, Ricky Gervais, really want to check this out. Lucky Me, which was a sealed copy Warner Brothers release of film that was made in 1955. Haven't seen it, want to check it out. And I cannot remember, I don't think I have seen this ever, but I really want to see this film. Wall Street, Michael Douglas and I can never pronounce this name, Shia LaBeouf. I probably failed miserably there, but never mind. Now, PS1 games, very excited about this stuff. These are all complete. Some cases are a little bit scruffy, but nonetheless complete. Medal of Honor, Platinum Edition, I think it is, yes. Shrek, Treasure Hunt, A Bug's Life, LMA Manager 2001, Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, Spec Ops Stealth Patrol. So pretty pleased, so I got 6 complete PS1 games. Well, as you can see, some cases are rough, but nonetheless pretty pleased. And then I got these ones, a couple here are okay, a couple are rough and a couple not complete. But got Disney's action game featuring Hercules, London Racer, Baby Felix Tennis, Theme Park World, Casper, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, Rugarts Studio Tour, Rainbow Six Lone Wolf, and Ski Air Mix, which is actually, I think, missing the disc. Yeah, the manual is there, but the disc is not, so it's missing disc, empty case. Okay, then we got some PC games, Worms 4 Mayhem, The Sims Superstar expansion pack, The Sims on Holiday expansion pack, The Sims Making Magic expansion pack, The Sims Unleashed expansion pack, and The Sims Double Deluxe. Then we got two 360 titles. We got Formula 1 2010, broken case, but the game is fine, and Xbox Live Arcade compilation disc. And then one of the original Xbox titles, I don't think I got this, Total Club Manager 2005. 3V games, which are All Star Cheerleader, Just Dance, and Celebrity Sports Showdown, which I believe was another pile already, so I've got an extra copy. And then the PS2 titles I managed to pick up there are America's 10 Most Wanted, Conflict Vietnam, Full Spectrum Warrior, Ghost Recon 2, Mercenaries, Medal of Honor Rising Sun, Extreme Speed, Enter the Matrix, WWE SmackDown vs Raw, I think it is WWE, yeah. I get mixed up because some of the early games I believe was WWF, but that's a different story. True Crime Streets of LA, Smash Court Tennis Pro Tournament 2, Babe, Robot Warlords, Ghost Recon, SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, Dirt Track Devils, 2 Midnight Club Platinum copies, SmackDown vs Raw, Splinter Cell, Formula 1 2002, SmackDown vs Raw 2008, State of Emergency, 4x4 Evolution, Robot Wars Arenas of Destruction, Shocks, which is really dirty and grubby. The back is actually fine, but the top is really dirty, so I need to clean it up. Prince of Persia Warrior Within, Rhythmic Star, which is some sort of iToy compatible game, and no artwork, but the manual of the game is there. It's Terminator Dawn of Fate, so I've got that as well. So there you have it, guys. That concludes my pickup from 2 weeks ago, which was kind of in the space of the whole week, basically. So quite a few titles, not really anything too major, but definitely will be keeping some of these titles and see if I can trade some on. But yeah, really pleased. A lot of games, and certainly a fair few of them will go back into my collection, and I look forward to picking some more this week and next week and the week after and so on. So yes, fantastic. Thank you very much for sticking with me, and I know it's been a long video, but thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Take care, all the best, see you soon.